Isabella Greene here, and today I would like to talk to you about forgetfulness. Not just forgetfulness, but relationship between forgetfulness, or what we perceive as forgetfulness, and shifts. Not just shifts, but timeline shifts. When I first experienced a timeline shift, which I didn't even know what it was, because I went to a workshop, it was so intense, I came back home, and I realized, I thought I lost my mind. I thought I was losing my mind, because I realized that I forgot I forgot all of my routines. I forgot, kind of would do the same thing every morning. You go do your thing, you brush your teeth, you have your breakfast, then you start your day. It's kind of the same thing over and over. When I came back from that workshop, I realized that I forgot all of that. I even forgot how to hold a toothbrush. I literally was just looking at it going, wow, I all that memory got wiped out of my hard drive. And then with people, the people that I remembered, that their names and their faces, and I remembered that they were my friends, but I completely forgot what emotions I had around them. The people that let's say were in my life and at that time were causing some sort of tension or something, all of that got wiped out. So all of the emotional contracts got removed. And some people actually got lost during that process too. Like, I completely forgot about some people. I also forgot a lot of my to-dos and things that I was planning to do. And when I came back from the workshop, so I was sitting there going, oh my God, I lost my memory chips. I lost, I don't know, brain cells. So I don't remember these things. And I had to rebuild everything from scratch, kind of. And I would meet the same people that I knew and that I had emotional contracts with wiped. And I had to start from scratch. And all I remembered was like, wow, that's a nice person. But I literally had no idea what was going on. And so now, a few years later, when I now understand what happens, I can explain some of these phenomena to you. And so if you are experiencing forgetfulness, or thinking that you're losing your memory, or losing your focus, or losing your brain cells, I don't know. Perhaps this would be helpful for you. I actually have a friend who shared with me that she has a medical condition where she has seizures. And what happens during seizures? There's like too much electricity in the brain, right? Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to be explaining this to you from the medical perspective. But doctors tell her that during each episode she loses a gazillion brain cells, and that's why she doesn't remember a lot of things when she comes back. Meanwhile, during those episodes, she actually goes to places that are far away from Earth and has experiences that are very different from her everyday experiences. When she comes back, a lot of things get wiped out because, firstly, they're irrelevant to her journey. Secondary, it's a classic example of a timeline shift. She's not even returning to the same reality after every episode. I do this in meditations on purpose. I do stuff to trigger too much electricity in my brain, so I get all shaky and Kundalini shoots through me, and then I'm blacked out, and then I'm experiencing otherworldly realities, and I drop back in, and I don't remember my day the day before or a week before, forget about it. And I also constantly have to recreate my reality. I have to recreate contracts with the people. I have to recreate, basically it wipes your whole slate clean, which is beautiful because you're carrying that clean slate with you, always being in the now, always living in the now. That's what a lot of present day teachers are talking about, is living in the now. So the doctors are telling this friend of mine that she's losing brain cells, and so she's looking at herself thinking, oh, I'm losing my memory. And maybe from the medical perspective it is true, maybe some brain cells are lost, but I would offer a perspective that she's experiencing timeline shifts. And things that just, when you land on a parallel timeline, things that you were planning to do on your old timeline yesterday for today are not even relevant anymore. You just show up here like, whoa, this is not my reality. I don't need to do any of this. So I don't need to know these people in this reality. And some of us have awareness of these things, meaning, well, me, for example, right? I now can tell very clearly when I had a timeline shift and what to do about it. And I know that a lot of things get wiped out of our minds during that process. And that's great, because that's a cleansing process. And I also heard a lot of other people tell me the same thing, that, oh my God, I can barely remember what happened last week, right? I can barely remember what happened yesterday. Sometimes yesterday feels like 10 years ago. Sometimes 10 years ago feels like it was today, right? Sometimes this morning is so far away that by the end of the day, you're not even the same person anymore. And all of that is just our brain's awareness of constant shifting that's happening, because where are we, guys? We are in the field of infinite potential. So there are infinite, endless timelines happening all the time. And what we were pretty dense before, so we couldn't see it. So we're holding on to this one timeline, and so everything makes sense. Everything is 1 foot ahead of the next, and we're moving in the linear time. But now the whole humanity is moving out of the linear time. And so we're expanding onto timelines. We're expanding, our minds are expanding onto awareness of multiple timelines. And on your parallel timeline, your events from yesterday are irrelevant, for example, right? A lot of people who are not aware of what's going on energetically and the timeline shifting, and even their own minds being aware of all of that. So when they're consciously not aware of that, they think that they're losing their minds, or they're losing their memory, and they start taking pills for, like, oh, I need stronger focus, I can't remember my to-do list. Well, write it down. If you're in a job, for example, where you have to remember your to-do list day to day, but you are one of the light workers simultaneously, and you are in that process of expanding your awareness onto, oh my God, today is a different reality. 10 minutes later is a different reality. 3 hours later is a different reality. And everything from previous reality or parallel reality gets kind of blurry. So if you're in a job where you have to keep focused, write things down. Take notes for yourself. I do. I know before I go to the workshops where I know that my entire slate is going to be wiped clean to the point that I come back, I'm like, who am I? And how do I brush my teeth? What do I do every morning? Oh my God, I get to create all of that all over again. How much fun. I get to recreate all of my relationships with people all over again. How amazing. All the people that were annoying are no longer anywhere around anymore. Oh, how fun. That's great, right? So when I go to the workshops that do that, and these are the workshops with Dr. Joe Dispenza, that I've followed him for a number of years, and now I go about once a year just to have that, just to give myself that like whole brand new clean slate. I write things down before I go to the workshop. So I say, okay, when I come back, I need to do this, and that. And very often when I come back, I look at those lists and be like, who wrote that? Am I really? Was that me? Is that no. So forgetfulness is not, going back to that idea that things are not always what they look. like. And what the doctors are saying, yes, wonderful, we appreciate the medical industry, and I'm not arguing with that in any way, but just take a different perspective on things once in a while. And, you know, there's perspectives that are outside of scientifically proven phenomenon at the moment. Although I think we're moving into proof of parallel realities and parallel timelines, multiple universes, and all of that fun stuff faster than we know. So on this happy note, please subscribe for more videos every Monday and Thursday, and sometimes in between if I get inspired to. And if you'd like a session with me, you can reach me at isabellagreene.com. Here for you, love you, take care, namaste.